The shadow self. The shadow self. What is our shadow self? Recently I watched the movie Us, Jordan Peele's new film this year. Now, many of you have probably already seen it. So, mild spoilers for those who haven't. It's on DVD now, so it's been a while that it was out of theaters. The movie Us has many great actors and portrays Lupita Nyong'o in a prominent role. She's the protagonist of the movie and the antagonist of the movie. And it's very interesting how the movie depicts the shadow self. You know, we each have a shadow self. One of my friends was recently talking to me about this. A part of yourself that is the yang to your yin, so to speak. The shadow self. Have you ever felt, I watched a comedy special one time with Bill Burr, and Bill Burr was talking about how this lady had some sort of blueberry muffins or some muffins on this table, and he said a part of him just wanted to take his fist and just start smashing the muffins. And he just talked about it on stage as though, I'm just a weird person. Like, I just have these thoughts. I just think these things. But you know what, Bill Burr? I don't think you're weird. I think that it's completely normal to think these things sometimes. Maybe not smashing muffins on a tabletop so much, but perhaps you who are listening, perhaps in your life, there may have been times where you were around friends or family or anybody in general, could be a stranger, and you just thought of slapping this person. Have you ever had this thought? And it could come out of nowhere. You thought of physically harming someone, or or just, like my friend puts it, you see somebody on the edge of a cliff and you think about pushing them in. Or you see somebody standing next to a pool and you think about dunking them, think about pushing them inside or something. Just something like, why did you get this thought? Where did this thought come from, right? Out of nowhere, seemingly. Where has this thought originated? Well, I'm exploring the possibilities and the probabilities that we all have a shadow self. Now, this shadow self must feed. Just like in the movie Us, it needs an outlet. So, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, but the little girl, the protagonist, she found herself in an amusement park. In a mirror room, there was a conjuring of sorts, but she was met with her duplicate. An identical version in every way of her came from out of nowhere and pulled her down to the depths, the lower levels of the amusement park, the tunnels, places where people had no idea existed. And down there was a shadow self of everyone else at that amusement park. And she switched places with her. And once she got out, the therapist and psychiatrist, psychologist all said that she needed an outlet. She needed something to do. Teach her to write, to dance, something, give her something. And dancing was her thing. So for yourself, your shadow self, in order for it not to eat you from the inside, in order for you not to go crazy, you gotta give it an outlet. Mine is boxing and doing podcast episodes and inspiring others, finding more and more creative ways to express myself. I had to give myself an outlet. There's a saying, there's a quote that idle hands are the devil's workshop. when we're doing nothing, when we don't have anything to do, when we're not growing, learning, and we're just kind of stagnant. They say it's the devil's workshop. That's when the devil works on us, they say. But if you give yourself an outlet, if you give yourself a way to express and to really live your truth, that shadow self within you will be nourished. That shadow self within you will find purpose and will not be used to achieve those hidden desirings, those hidden thoughts in your mind that come from the shadow self. Things that people may never know that you think about, and you wonder, does anyone else think like me? Thank you for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, that is the Open Palm Podcast here in Riverside, California. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that you did receive a message from this episode today, and that you would share it with someone like you who is growing and learning. Understand that you have a shadow self, but if you give yourself an outlet, you can express creatively and positively. You can be a light instead of succumbing and surrendering to your inner darkness. If you enjoy these messages, consider supporting the podcast by opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw, that's JSHAW, and taking just a moment to give this a good rating on whatever platform that you are choosing to listen to it is much appreciated, my friend. As always, have a blessed night or day, wherever you are, and take care.